Hello, good evening and welcome to NARC Live on Wednesday the 3rd of December 2025, coming to you live from Norfolk on the east coast of England with Tammy M0TC.
Hello.
And me, David G7URP. Lovely to see you. On tonight's show, making the most of DX propagation on 6 metres with Frank, W3LPL. I had a tiny rider to that and say we hope, because he's still not joined us on the link. So that's just that rider. But anyway, that's about 15 minutes away. Your last chance to book for the NARC Christmas party is tonight, by midnight. Or by very, very first thing tomorrow, because I book them tomorrow. And we find out what on earth these are, or this is, or what it's for. Something very specific. If you haven't entered by email and you want to put a note now, if you know what those or they do, then pop them onto Facebook or on BATC and we'll read out your answer with everybody else's in a little while. But first, our news really is that in 2 weeks tonight, at this very moment, in fact, we'll be just serving the starters at our Christmas dinner party at the Village Inn on the 17th of December. The club is subsidising the price to £16 per member. And you can also bring an immediate family member or a friend with you as well. But we do have to get the bookings in, as you'll know if you've ever booked something like this. Obviously, every establishment gets really busy and I have to give them 2 weeks' notice. So I've got to send these bookings in tomorrow. So if you haven't already done so, it's not too late. All you've got to do is...
So I'm just throwing my pen across the desk.
All you've got to do is look on our website. It's very obvious there. It's also been on newsletters for several weeks now. And just, if you can't fill in the form on there, don't worry, by the way. Just email me what you want.
Yeah, sneaky peek.
And then pay. Oh, yeah, here we go, Tammy. I forgot you did this. Yeah, so there we go. That's what all of the food... Oh, don't do that. We have
I'm quite hungry,
meal yet. I know.
What are you going to have? What are you going to have?
What, now?
No, off there.
I can't remember what I had. Mushrooms, I think.
Mushrooms, yeah.
You're going to make everybody hungry now. What are you going to have?
Mushrooms, because that's quite a lot of food, actually, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yep, then a middle course, or the main course is... Anyway, carvery. I'm sure people don't want to know what I'm going to eat. No. And then for Christmas pudding, I'm a traditionalist, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we are.
I can't pronounce what I'm going to have.
Please do book tonight. Or if for some reason you can't book tonight but you want to go, please drop me a line about it, because I do need to confirm these places. And we have a private room and everything else there. Okay. I will mention it again. Subs for next year are due. And if you are an existing current member right now of NARC, it's going to cost you just £5 for reasons we've explained lots of times, both on here and on the newsletter. If you're not a member now, then the membership for next year is £10. If you join now, you'll be a member until the end of next year. So details are all on there, but please please join and if possible, do it with backs. We've had a few people join by PayPal, and we've said PayPal friends and family, and what that really means is that we get all of that £5. But we've had several people who've not done that, and we've got £4.41 because they take 59p fee. And you'll appreciate that with a £5 membership subs for a whole year, we don't really want to lose over 10% of that to PayPal. But all the details are on the newsletter and on the website if you're not sure. Or drop me an email, and I'll be very happy to help. Next Wednesday, the 10th of December. Now, this is your decision, been your decision, and you may remember that before the COVID, we used to do a thing called the People's Quiz in person at the school. And because this was a last-minute thing where the person who was originally going to talk had to postpone, we asked you what you wanted to do, and we had more people ask for a quiz than anything else. But being a people's quiz, that means the question, at least one of them, comes from you. So the great thing with that is it means that you setting the question, you're going to get at least one right. And we get a nice variety of questions as well. Just got to be about radio, electronics, science, that sort of thing, really. So please do let us have your questions, because to be honest, so far I've only had 2. And it takes more work than you imagine to create the graphics and things like that to do it on screen here. And then we'll also probably be inviting people to join by Zoom as well, I think, if we want, are we?
I'm not sure about that.
Anyway, well, details will be on the newsletter, but we need the
It doesn't have to
questions.
necessarily be about radio, though, does it?
No, not radio, science, or something technical.
Yeah,
technical sort of subject.
Because the thing is, if we're going to make questions, then we might have some random questions anyway.
Really?
So I think we can have some random questions.
Ask what you like.
Ask what you
That's
like.
what she's saying. The boss says that.
Pretty much.
All right. We'll let you know the details about how to join in then, but it would be good fun. That's the last meeting of the year as well, because the Christmas dinner is the week after. And then, to be honest, we're going to take a couple of Wednesdays off because that's Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. And hopefully you'll understand that we just want a little bit of time off ourselves. And we'll be back again fighting fit and refreshed in the new year.
Is that what, you're just not going to be in a fit state to do it?
Oh, Christmas Eve, we go to Chris Dingle, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See? And Midnight Mass.
Yeah.
We can't really do NARC Live in the middle of that. And then on the New Year's Eve, well, better not talk about New Year's Eve. Ribena.
Yeah.
Like this. Little people, over to you.
We're not little people
Aren't we?
yet. No,
Oh, we're not?
You
No,
should read
members
your own
news.
script that you write.
Yes, okay. Right.
Members news.
Frank's still not here, by the way.
Frank's still not here.
I know he's got the link as well, so I had an acknowledgement. Anyway, all right, so we always ask you for some news and things to share before we meet our guest. And tonight we've had 2 or 3 bits of news. So firstly, Paul2E0NXL sent us a link to something on Facebook, which if you like radio and you like Lego, this might be the perfect set. Take it away, Tammy.
I don't know how loud this is going to be, so bear with me. Oh, there's no sound at all.
Not loud at all. Okay, well, this is on Facebook. This is what Paul linked. He thought this would be good. We'll just watch it again because I think it'll repeat, won't it? Here we go. Introducing the Ham Radio Lego playset.
There you go.
Now, didn't that look like the perfect set to buy someone like you? You love Lego. You love radio. And I'd buy one of them. Unfortunately, spoiler alert, that is the use of good old AI, I think, to create something like that because it doesn't exist. I tried to get one, but it doesn't exist.
You weren't going to buy me one for Christmas, were you?
I never reveal my sources ahead of time. But anyway, but thank you, Paul, for sending that to us. Now, something that doesn't really work on here, but I'm going to tell you about it, so you can look for it in the newsletter. And that is Tom, G6TOM, sent us a link to an interesting video, which shows how you can use a red LED as a capacitor. And you can make it light operated too. Yep, it's a light emitting diode, a red LED, and it shows you how to do it. He linked me to the video. It's not really something we can show on here, so I'm going to include the link on the newsletter, and then it's a YouTube video and you'll be able to watch it from there. Very interesting though, different use of an LED. I knew that diodes can be used as capacitors. You probably do as well if you've done into electronics. You know, they're called varicap diodes often. But I didn't know LEDs were particularly good at it, or that they could work with light coming into them and use it in reverse, like a light-operated capacitor. Anyway, details will be on the newsletter this weekend. I'll put them on. Thanks for letting us know that, Tom. And finally, for members' news, Martin, G7UGB, has given us another bargain buy of the week for NARC Live.
Yep,
and this is it. It's from his favourite supplier, AliExpress, which is kind of like an eBay sort of place in China, and they send things remarkably quickly. This offer was, I think we only got this afternoon. We only downloaded this afternoon. What it is though, it's I think that price is probably a bit deceiving. If you've bought from them, you know you have to watch what you're clicking on, but still it's remarkably cheap. If you click on 5 meters, Tammy, for example, the 5 meter one, there, you're going to get a strip of 5 meter. It can't be that. I don't think it is that. I think that's too low. Click on 40 meters then.
£2.
Oh, £2. That's sounding a bit more like it. But basically, it's a very cheap way of buying a whole long run of LEDs, which are addressable LEDs. You remember James has shown us how he makes his Christmas lights before, which each LED has a chip on it, and it means that they talk to each other, and you can put them all linked in like a little network, and they talk to each other. So you can do amazing effects. And this is a very cheap set. So this is Martin's buy of the week anyway. Maybe I should put this on the newsletter as well.
I'll put one in your basket now.
It's not on my account, is it? Oh, don't reveal what I've been buying, for goodness sake. I think the world isn't ready for that, Tammy. All right, thank you, Martin, for your bargain buy of the week anyway. It looks like a lot of fun. Now I'm going to have my Ribena while Tammy tells you about Little People.
Yep, hang on, because I need to try and find what I'm doing here. Things are getting a little bit awry tonight.
Well, to be honest, we're arranging a backup in case Frank doesn't join us. He's got 2 minutes.
So, Little People, do you know what you're going to do with all those half reels of insulating tape you got?
No? Oh,
Dumbbells.
Don't call me a dumbbell.
Dumbbells.
That's good. That is good. That's what happens to them. The part-used reels of insulating tape. Miniature-calendar.com. A new picture every day they put on that website. A Japanese website. Really clever stuff. Tammy picks one out for us. And that's quite topical for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, as we always say, what have you been doing? Have you got news, pictures, things that you've been doing? Maybe projects that you've been making? Now the weather isn't so good and you've been at home more. Things for radio, other things as well, if you like. I hope to bring you pictures because I know James has been working on a lot more Christmas lights this year as well. Anything that you've been doing, basically, you can share with other members because it will be not until January when we get together again. But we will be here next Wednesday online. Please send them to radio@dcpmicro.com. radio@dcpmicro.com, and we'll be sure to share them with everybody else as well.
I'll have to bring in my Christmas tree next week.
Oh, yes, you were going to do that. Yeah, Tammy's made a nice kit. Did that come from where?
It might have come from somewhere called Ali.
Yeah, right, okay. Bring that in as a kit as well. Something else nice to make.
It's
that
not
really
a kit
is
anymore.
Good. Well, okay, we can show that. All right, now I'm getting more panicked about our guest not being. But don't worry, don't panic. Don't leave, because we've got a nice backup plan of something that we've always had in line in case this ever happened. So, 2 weeks ago, we asked a question, what on earth is this? Or what are these for? Or what is it? It isn't just a pair of pliers. That's the only thing I would just say. As a quick look, might have told you. Let's see if anybody else has put anything on there. Okay, Mike GAEY says this week's item looks like a tool for gripping LEDs when inserting them into a light display. Nobody's answered on BATC, and there's 36 of you there. Okay, Tammy?
Steve G4TUK, is this week's item for fitting small tubular lamps?
Okay, you started, so that means you're going to get a nice long one here. Anyway, Nigel G8IFF, W8IFF, says, I think this week's pliers are for pulling teeth. I'm not sure that course one's right. Anyway, or that name rather. I think this week's item, just read that again. I think this week's pliers are for pulling teeth. Ooh.
Nice.
I haven't got anything like that. Yeah, Tammy, do you want to take this one?
Bruce G4KZT. I think these pliers are for inserting LEDs. Some years ago, I managed to persuade a previous employer to buy some, as the production team were frequently hurting themselves pushing LEDs into tight holes.
Just for those watching now, Tammy has just skipped a bit of the script so that I've got this one. Buckle up, sit down, relax. This is Tony M0TDK's unique answer to this. At first glance, this week's mystery item would appear to be soft jaw pliers, such as those used in jewellery making, with specialist jaw shapes for forming soft metals. However, I think you may have stumbled upon a pair of EU-approved rodent removal pliers. You will recall that in 2001, in the city of Hamelin, Germany, a photograph emerged of a burgher of that ilk removing a large rat from their residence using an ordinary pair of pliers. This caused an outcry from the Euro Rat Fanciers Association and the Pied Pipers of Hamelin. Naturally, the EU felt it needed to act with some urgency, and it formed a specialist department to investigate. Now, after only 20 years or so, they have finally approved these special tools together with an approved course for state-registered rat removers. In Britain, the government department for ignoring Brexit, off stuff you, has an online course which my Jack Russell successfully completed, although his pocket money would not stretch to the purchase of one of these expensive tools. He just bit them instead. That is the longest ever, and dare I say irrelevant answer.
Do you think it's right?
I'm not sure. Thank you, Tony, I think. Tammy, you'll read the last one.
Martin G6WNN. I think the current what on earth are pixel pusher pliers, a special inserter for LED exposed lights, for example, on a large LED display, such as an advertising display.
Right. Thank you for all those entries. Nobody entered on there. And Malcolm has just put in an entry there. G3PDH says, is it for putting sleeving on cables? Yeah, I can see what you mean there, Malcolm. We're now going to reveal...
Actually, they would probably work for that, wouldn't they?
Well, they would, but you could use lots of things for that. I mean, I could use a pair of nail clippers probably to put on.
Well, you could.
Anyway, thank you. Save us from this insanity. Not you, Malcolm, but anyway, I better not make it personal. What are they?
They are pixel pusher pliers.
And the pixel pushers, or pixels, is another name for intelligent LEDs that we talked about earlier, aren't they? They're LEDs with a little circuit board on them, as you can see. James makes loads and loads of Christmas decorations. It's almost a whole year project, and that's what he uses that tool for. So thank you to James.
That is his new star, ready for this year.
Yeah, and that's quite big, isn't it? I mean, you can see...
It's pretty big, yeah.
How big that is. That's on his ground. You can see the size of his paving
I just think that's on the
there.
Side of his house now, and that's flashing at the moment.
Probably. We're going to try and bring you some video of that next week. There we are. Thank you very much, James, for sending us that. So now it's time to ask you another question and an answer we'd like from you on what on earth this is. Have you seen one of them anywhere? Might have had to Photoshop a little bit out of that actually, which we did. Not make it so easy.
I've got one.
Shh. If you know what, they're not allowed to give clues.
I haven't given a clue.
If you know what that is, you've just got a week this time. 1 week, 7 days, just under 7 days, by 3 o'clock next Wednesday to let us know what that is. And we will reveal all next Wednesday night. I'm not going to say any more because I'll get wrapped over the knuckles.
Yeah.
Still no Frank, but don't worry, we've got something for you. So, just a quick look at what is happening at the club this coming week. So on Sunday we have the GB2RS News on GB3NB at 7 o'clock. On Monday, the Monday Night Net with Steve G3EVA, lovely to see that back. And on Wednesday, December the 10th, this time next week, we will have the People's Quiz online, but we do need your quiz questions, please, because it is all about that. Really, we don't want to just set the questions and make them all tricky and difficult. It's lovely to get the variety of questions that you in the audience can give us and members can give us. So please do email them to the usual address as soon as you can. And we need them by, well, no later than the weekend really, because it will take us 1 or 2 days to make up all the graphics for this. So, and by the way, also, of course, this card, which we're always happy to send someone, we have sent a couple of Christmas versions. If you were at the club meeting last week, I think it was, we put a few cards out there which will have a Christmas version of this, and we're sending them to some people who we think might be cheered up at this time of year. They're people who are relations of people, the members that the club has lost in the last year. So we've already sent some of those out, but if you have anybody else that you'd like to send a card, I think it's too late to send abroad now, but if you would like to send a card to anybody in this country, please do let us know, and mention on there if you want it to be a Christmas card as well. But unlike Steve said a few years ago, we're not going to do your whole Christmas card list, which is what he asked once. Okay. Well, at this point, and it has never happened in 5 years and goodness knows how many months of doing this, our guest has not arrived. And I double checked my email to him. I confirmed with Frank that he'd be all right, and I know he's got the Zoom link, but he's just not there. So I'm afraid I think that talk is off tonight. But before that, so instead of that, and we'll let you know, of course, we'll try and reschedule that with Frank as well. We would like to play you out a video which was from some years ago. In fact, Robert G4TUK made this video when the club arranged a visit to Radio Caroline in 2019. And he did a video of that visit to Radio Caroline. We've kept it in our bank here just in case this ever happened and we didn't get a guest. I'm sure something has happened for Frank to miss this. And so please do accept this as our replacement programme. This is about 14 minutes long as well, and we'll see you at the end of this. So this again is our visit to Radio Caroline in 2019. Thank you, Robert G4TUK, for making this film.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes. You better say something. It's no good sitting still and looking silly when there's a video camera.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I will do.
Came back.
My stuff's in there.
We can't get rid of it, so.
That's so you can get off. Thank you.
Don't let him off.
I mean, that's what I need.
Alright, Pete?
Yeah. Oh, Bill, how you doing, sir? You alright? Nice to see you.
See
Have a good old look around.
Massive pile up.
We've had a few.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah. I can never work it.
Teas and coffees, Stuart texted over what everyone wanted. It was 3 coffees and 8 tea. That's what I give quite well there, Stuart. Is it? 3 orders, yes. You didn't include yourself in there.
No, I know. Well, you should know what one. Come on. I shouldn't have done.
BATC, I think it's wonderful.
Surprised you had brought him down with you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome aboard our wonderful radio ship, Ross Revenge. I'm Paul. I'm one of the presenters on Caroline, also the official guide as well. Somebody will explain about the radio pan bit. I'm just here as the Caroline rep, so I'll be taking you around showing you the radio side of things, talking about the history of the ship and the station. And Stuart, your skipper, will talk about the other history of this wonderful ship when it was a trawler. It was already made history before it became a radio ship. So Stuart will take you through that. So enjoy your visit. Soak up the atmosphere, and the tea, the biscuits, and everything else.
So the bloke who does that is going to earn his pay. So you'll be down there, he'll ice them up, put them in boxes and they'll stack away. So that's what he would do down there. shooting that book up there, one of the DJs on deck, 2 fluorescent bulbs up. The intention is to get it running again, but it's not as noisy as you think it would be.
No.
Because, you know. Oh, there he is. Right. It's not as noisy as you think it would be, to be perfectly honest with you. If you stopped one of your other ships to give you a tow, he's losing money, so you've got 2 ships that are not earning money. If you had to get a tug out, it would cost you a fortune. So at all costs, you're going to try and get this boat running again. So that's why they carry stuff like that. They would carry lots of spare parts and that. Oh, right, yeah. Is that it? Is there any more? Is that it? Right. So while we're all there, we'll wait until he sees a fish, get the nets over, and they'll be watching that where they're going along. And he's waiting, he wants to see fish going in. If no fish going in, that's costing. Get it in, we'll try somewhere else. When I first started, all I had was a compass and an old ping pong sounder, so I had to do it the rough way. Nowadays, you just go out, I mean, all these yachtsmen, they all use it.
Don't know.
Very large compact disc.
I'm too young.
Am I okay here?
Well, this used to be the captain's sitting room.
What might you
Do not
touch?
touch. Right. Are we all there?
We're guessing
This is
that.
what we call the Heritage Studio, or our #1 studio. Back in the day when it was used by the 2 stations on here, the Dutch service, Radio Monique and Radio Caroline. The Dutch service was run from this studio. Caroline studio was from here. Somebody sent me a picture from 1986 a few months ago of me sitting here as a very young man, 10. But it hasn't changed much since then. But if you've seen the boat that rocked, much of the equipment was taken from here and was used in the film. Obviously, because it's so small, you can't get, TV film crews in here. The ship that was used was the LV-18, which is a light ship which sits on Halfpenny Pier at Harwich.
Pier at Harwich,
Broadcasting to the UK, Europe and around the world on the internet at 1368 kHz, courtesy of Manx Radio. This is Radio Caroline North.
Then you hit the button, ding ding,
Ding ding.
where the time is. You're hired.
Through the video camera.
Yep.
Oh.
The time to come out and do it. Because obviously it's not like just driving up to a studio. You've got to get a boatman to bring you out, and that costs you money. Kelly.
We've done it 4 times before, so we know what to go where and play the ends up. And one day we'll remember to mark them so we know that they're tuned to the right boat. We see so many boats going past, everybody wants to wave at him because they just like waving at people on boats. It's very relaxing, it's nice. Wave, and they'll wave back. That's
You gave me this. No, you get back in here.
No, look, I'm enjoying this. Look at that.
I'm breathing in a little bit, trying to stop it.
Yeah, so do.
Any longer?
Thumbs up. Oh, sorry. Right, Kelly, come and jump in as well. Let's get 3 of us. If I shuffle down a bit, you're in the middle.
Oh, hang on, I've got an idea. Go on then.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh, hello.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
The proper model thing.
Do it.
Right, so 1 second you've got time away from you or the stations that are trying to contact you. Wish you all the best. And thank you very much for the interview. After 73.
CQ40, no, CQ80, CQ80. This is Golf Bravo 55, Radio Caroline. Golf Bravo 55, Radio Caroline. Listening for any calls? Okay, G8 station. Sorry, I missed the call. And again, please.
Yeah, it's Golf 8, Alpha Lima Sierra, G8ALS.
Yeah, G8ALS, good afternoon. Very strong signal. You're 5'9" plus 10, just over onto the Ross Revenge. The name here is Tony. Back to you, sir.
Yeah, Roger, Tony, you are also 5'9" plus 10. The name is Mike, and the destination is Coventry, Tony. The same. So you'll need to have all contact with you from the G8ALS.
Yeah, G8ALS, GB55 Radio Caroline. Yeah, very good afternoon, Mike, and good signal from Coventry. As I said, you're just over the 5'9", and at the moment we've got some visitors with us who have come on board the boat this afternoon on a trip to have a look round, and they're listening as well. So very pleased you answered, and as I said, a lovely strong signal from you. Back to you.
Yeah, Roger. Yes, a bit of QC on your obviously conversations changes a bit, but yeah, Roger on everything there. I've got your website up and got the details. I didn't realise it was 65 years ago, but now I also have done. So we should bet that I think there was one or two people also on the frequency who were calling you while you were off there from G8.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Thank you for taking the time to call us, and you're in the log on board the Ross Revenge. So I'll say 73, and we'll continue calling in a little while, see if anyone else is out there. So G8ALS. This is GB5 radio, GB55 Radio Caroline 73.
Yes, 73, Tony.
So if it's noisy during the day, I mean, I was going to ask the same question. Where's that noise coming from? Is it the generators here?
No, because it goes up and down and then it disappears. It's actually just natural background noise on 80. And some of the funny noises that appear, it's quite surprising just how much noise you get. But then if you swap onto something like 40 metres, which for me is really noisy at home, there's no noise at all. If you get S1, S2, it's dead out on the boat, which is nice, because when you've got stations calling, like this afternoon we had South America on 40 metres.
Oh,
but they
mentioned
really,
that before.
Yeah, they were really weak, but you could work on them. We're at home, we wouldn't have a chance to, wouldn't even hear them at that sort of noise level.
Yeah.
So there is advantages of being on the boat.
I've got the advantage of it now. Yeah, well then it's definitely
happy memories of a good trip. Unfortunately, we couldn't go, but that did look wonderful. Thank you very much to Robert G4TUK for making that film. Of course, it did feature, some of you will know, members who are no longer with us, including particularly Chris and Rodney. So our thoughts are with their families. But of course, you know, we were able to make this film at the time, and they were fully happy with that. So it was nice to remember that. So if you have recently tuned in, as it were, to NARC Live, and we're expecting to see a talk on 6-metre DX propagation, I'm afraid Frank didn't join us. It's literally the first time it's happened. Hundreds of programmes we've now done since March 2020. But I don't know what's wrong. Hopefully he's okay, which is the most important thing. I have sent him a message, and we'll try and reschedule his talk for another day. But that is almost it then for NARC Live. But to remind you again of a couple of things. Oh, by the way, we have got a few mentions on here. It was nice to hear from Richard Neal, who says he remembered when Chris visited Radio Caroline, and Tony GZMQG, who was also on that trip, says he was very fond memories of visiting Radio Caroline with Chris and Rodney, and he was a great fan of the pirate radio broadcasts, and still am a fan of the 1960s music. Yeah, it's one of those things we really should. I must admit, when Radio Caroline was on, I think I was one of those many teenagers who probably had it on under the bed sheets and was listening to it. By the way, Tony's just added another comment as well. I took Chris and Rodney down to the ferry. They kindly treated me to a nice meal on the way back to Norwich. Incidentally, Caroline was originally on 199 metres or 1520 kilohertz in 1964. And one other thing, by the way, obviously the name of the boat, as you'll probably remember, is the Ross Revenge. The Ross Revenge. And I know that they have an appeal at the moment, the Ross Revenge, to get it into dry dock and get it much needed repairs to that ship. So if you're in a position to help them or you just want to learn more about Ross Revenge, they've got a lovely website. It's rossrevengeofficial.com. But as I said, that's unplanned, but we had it in our bank just in case this happened one day. And it's remarkable, really, that we've done this for 5.5 years and it's never happened before. But we do hope to bring Frank back to you with his talk on 6-metre DX propagation another day. So just then leaves me to wish you a good week and to remind you what's happening this week at the club. On 7 p.m. on Sunday, we've got the GB2RS News on GB3MB. On Monday night, the Monday Night Net, also on GB3MB with Steve, G3EVA. And then next Wednesday, December the 10th, we've got the People's Quiz online. But it's your quiz, so we need your questions. Please send us one or more questions. I have just said, Tom has just said, offered to send us some mock foundation exam questions, which is fine for a couple, I think, but we don't think we probably all want to do the foundation exam again. But thank you, Tom, absolutely. But it would be lovely to see some intriguing questions from you that we'll share it with other people. And it used to be really good fun in person, and I'm sure we can make it fun online as our last meeting of the year next Wednesday night. Please do send them quickly. It's no good sending them to us at like 3 o'clock next Wednesday afternoon, because that really will be too late. We need to make them up as graphics so that you at home can see them, and that does take time. And don't forget to send us your stories and any other pictures and things of things that you're doing for us to include on the last NARC Live of this year. And of course, let us know if you'd like us to send a special NARC Christmas card or a regular card to anybody. To radio@dcpmicro.com. There we are. It's on the bottom of your screen now. So that is it from a slightly earlier than planned NARC Live. Thank you for joining us tonight. Until we meet next Wednesday at 7:30 from Tammy M0TC.
Bye-bye, and make sure you put your Christmas dinner things in tonight.
But your Christmas
dinner things in.
Oh yes, thank you, Tammy.
Tickets.
You're right. That was another thing. Please, if you want to come to our Christmas dinner party, drop me a line tonight with what you'd like, and then we'll include you on the booking that I make tomorrow. Until next week, see you soon. Bye-bye.